Welcome to the AI Desk, your weekly briefing on AI and tech. Every week, I cover what actually matters, how AI is reshaping the way we work. Subscribe to stay ahead. This week in AI coding, Claude Code ships auto memory. Your agent now remembers between sessions, a new HTTP hook, and two upcoming skills, /simplify and /batch. Plus Claude for open source. Cursor 2.5. Agents that run on Cloud Linux virtual machines, record a video of their work, and send it back. Composer 1.5 now beats Claude Sonnet on benchmarks. Let's go. This week, the Claude Code team shipped a bunch of new features. Let's start with the biggest one, auto memory. Until now, every Claude Code session started from scratch. Now, Claude accumulates notes between your sessions, your project's build commands, your debugging patterns, your code style preferences, all of that without you having to write anything. Concretely, it relies on two separate files. Claude.md is your instructions to Claude, the project rules, your coding conventions, the architecture to follow. Memory.md is the scratchpad that Claude writes itself. When Claude learns something useful during a session, it saves it there for next time. Memory is stored locally, one dedicated folder per project. Claude reads the first 200 lines of memory.md at the start of each session. It can also create separate topic files for more detailed notes. You can browse and edit everything with the /memory command. On the tooling side, a few end-of-week ships. First, the Ask User Question tool now supports markdown snippets inside its options, diagrams, code examples, directly inside interactive questions. Then /copy. It copies Claude's last message to the clipboard. Simple, but that's exactly the kind of micro-friction that once removed changes your work rhythm. Now, a new HTTP hook. Hooks can now post to external endpoints. This opens the door to custom server-side integrations, triggered directly by Claude Code events. A webhook on every commit, a Slack notification on every error, any server-side automation you want. Coming in the next version, two new skills at Anthropic. First skill /simplify, parallel agents that review your code after every change. Quality, efficiency, compliance with your Claude.md. Second skill /batch. You describe a migration, Claude plans the steps, then launches dozens of agents in parallel. Each agent runs in complete isolation in its own Git work tree, runs the tests, and opens a PR. Finally, Anthropic is launching Claude for open source. 6 months of Claude Max 20 times for free. The eligibility criteria. 1. Maintain a public repo with more than 5,000 GitHub stars. 2. Or exceed 1 million NPM downloads per month. 3. With activity in the last 3 months. And if you maintain something the ecosystem depends on but don't fit those criteria, you can still apply. The program accepts up to 10,000 contributors. The link is in the description. Now let's talk about Cursor. Cursor just shipped its most significant update in a long time. Lee Robinson from the Cursor team announced version 2.5. Agents can now onboard a codebase, use a Linux computer in the cloud to make changes, and send you a recorded video demo of their work. The remote desktop latency is described as smooth. Looking at the changelog, a plugins marketplace with partners like AWS, Figma, Linear, and Stripe, and async subagents, they run in the background without blocking the parent agent and can create their own subagents to coordinate larger tasks. Multi-file refactors, complex bugs, migrations, all running in parallel. Michael Truell, CEO of Cursor, published an article titled "The Third Era of AI Software Development." His thesis: we are entering a third era. The first was tab autocomplete. The second was synchronous agents in prompt and response loops. The third, cloud agents that tackle large tasks autonomously over hours with less human direction. The internal cursor data confirms the shift. In March 2025, there were 2.5 times more tab users than agent users. Today, that's flipped. Twice as many agent users as tab users. Agent usage in cursor has grown 15 times in 1 year. Cloud agents each run on their own virtual machine. The agent works for hours, iterates, tests, and returns logs, videos, and live previews rather than diffs. Internally at Cursor, 35% of merge pull requests are now created by agents running autonomously in cloud virtual machines. The developer's role shifts from guiding every line of code to defining the problem and setting review criteria. To handle the load, Cursor trained their own model, Composer 1.5, on Terminal Bench 2.0, the benchmark maintained by the Laude Institute. Composer 1.5 scores above Claude Code. Usage limits are raised to 3 times that of Composer 1. 2 separate usage pools, Auto plus Composer on one side, API on the other. The model is now the second most used in Cursor. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, subscribe to the AI Desk. New videos every week, links in the description. See you next time.